so many times how Harry is so much better on his own, and the evidence appears to keep adding up. Louise, is there more than just a professional separation?
Well, it does make me wonder, because all signs point to some issues behind the scenes. I mean, professionally, they've had to separate. Their brand was toxic.
Some other famous people in the USA, Meghan Markle and, of course, her husband, the Ginger. What do you make of reports in Vanity Fair that Meghan's PR team have reportedly spruiked a potential book about her life post-divorce from Prince Harry, which is a bit awkward since the couple haven't even split up?
Yeah, I wish I could say that surprises me, but it seems like the privacy brigade, when they're not begging us to leave them alone, will also do anything for attention. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if she'd shopped a divorce book or a divorce reality show. I'm honestly half surprised she hasn't come out as transgender yet. I guess you just constantly have to reinvent yourself and come up with new reasons for relevancy when you don't have any actual talents. I mean, everything that they've touched turns to the opposite of gold when it comes to their entertainment company and their Netflix deals. My personal favorite thing about her is that when she did her podcast series for Spotify, she didn't even record the interviews properly. She had producers interview the people and then read a script in her own voice of the questions to be edited in after the fact.
And so they're very much looking at separate professional lives. There's some commentary around the fact that there may be some upset in their marriage as well. But at this stage, it's just looking like they are very much following different paths. Meghan, of course, is involved with American Riviera Orchard, her jams and preserves and dog biscuits, and of course the cooking show that's going to accompany that. Harry's moving back to the things that really meant a lot to him in the past.
In the past, they distanced themselves from the crown, but now Meghan is stepping away from the marriage. Divorce is on the table. The message is clear. If Harry can't keep up, she's out. The era of Meghan and Harry may be coming to an end, and she's already writing the next chapter without him.
If Harry and Meghan ever get divorced, it would make for an absolute ratings bonanza. Kinsey, surely not. Surely these TV executives are not praying for a divorce. I mean, that is really cynical.
If they do divorce, it would undoubtedly be a ratings bonanza for media outlets, drawing in viewers eager for the latest developments in this high-profile saga. Once celebrated as a modern royal fairy tale, the love story between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle now appears to be unravelling faster than a silk gown at a scandalous soiree.
Pretty spicy allegations over the years, but come January 2025 and Vanity Fair has entered.
The glitz has faded, and behind those PR-perfect photos lies a relationship fraught with resentment, betrayal, and chaos. Over the years, some pretty spicy allegations have emerged. But come January 2025, Vanity Fair is set to release a blistering exposé that could shake things up even further, potentially revealing the inner workings of their tumultuous relationship.
And it's blistering. A long-form exposé I did not see coming. There is this. A few years ago, a rumour began circulating around the book world about another prospective project for Meghan.
Rumours have circulated about Meghan's potential projects, hinting at trouble in the Sussex paradise. The imminent stripping of their royal titles looms large, and Meghan is reportedly ready to detonate the situation, potentially causing a media frenzy in Hollywood, America, and the UK.
Even Hollywood and across America and the UK as well. So whether that travels into a separation for them, let's hope not, because there are two children at stake here.
Mm-hmm. With 2 children at stake, one can only hope for a peaceful resolution. Enter Thomas Markle Jr., Meghan's outspoken half-brother, who claims that if Prince William follows through with removing their titles, Meghan will walk away. No negotiations, just a cold, calculated exit.
They won't want that for Lilibet and Archie either. But moreover to that, I really find that I'm seeing Harry and Meghan much happier professionally working as a separate entity. Look, the beautiful pictures of Harry in Vancouver, the big smile, he's so engaged, and Arthur Edwards, of course, who's followed him around the world as a Sun Royal photographer, made the point that he was really seeing the Harry of old.
Thomas boldly asserts that Meghan knows Harry is trapped in this situation, and she's pulling the strings. He expresses concern for their children, Lilibet and Archie, but he also believes Meghan is ready to move on.
Was that Meghan's team had a conversation with a publishing house to gauge interest in the idea for a potential book, the concept for which there was no written or formal proposal.
Interestingly, many observers have noted that Harry seems to be thriving professionally, appearing more engaged and vibrant in recent public outings.
And I won't want that for Lilibet and Archie either, but moreover to that, I really find that I'm seeing Harry and Meghan much happier professionally working as a separate entity. Look, the beautiful pictures of Harry in Vancouver, the big smile, he's so engaged, and Arthur Edwards, of course, who's followed him around the world as a Sun Royal photographer, made the point that he was really seeing the Harry of old. And it's been wonderful to see that. So,
and I feel like we have said that a number of times over the year, where we have seen him at various things on his own, and he just seems to be, a bit lighter and like he's having a bit more fun. It looks like too that this professional separation is creeping into Christmas plans.
That's right. So Harry is one of the things he absolutely loves is Scotty's Little Soldiers. It's a charity for children who have lost their parents through warfare.
Arthur Edwards, a royal photographer, has pointed out that he's seeing the Harry of old, suggesting that the separation may be beneficial for him. However, insiders paint a different picture. Harry is emotionally drained and isolated, spiralling under the pressure of his fractured ties to the crown.
This notion of a book really might centre around a post-Harry divorce. And this. The source who worked in media projects says Meghan's own relationships with employees tended to follow.
Meghan, it seems, is not interested in playing the royal martyr. If Harry loses his last connection to the monarchy, she may sever ties without a second thought. Reports indicate that Meghan's team has even had conversations with a publishing house to gauge interest in a potential book.
Sussex are reportedly on a trial separation after months of fighting. Sources close to the pair say the time apart is in the hope of rebuilding their bond after recent humiliation and deals falling through with Spotify.
Hinting at her desire to rebrand herself as a powerful figure in Hollywood. Behind Buckingham Palace's walls, senior royals are reportedly in crisis mode, weighing the optics and fallout of stripping Harry of his princely status.
On the top is this allegation that Meghan was shopping around a post-divorce book while she was still married. And I assume, unbeknownst to Harry, that he will apparently end up on the scrap heap once it's time to pull the trigger on this particular project.
Public sentiment is shifting, with a staggering 97% of Brits believing it's time for Harry to be cut off. The court of public opinion is unforgiving, and the media has been relentless in its coverage of the couple's struggles. As the couple faces a trial separation after months of fighting, sources say they hope time apart will help rebuild their bond.
Yes, you're right. They went over to America. They were going to be a power couple. They were going to be the next Michelle and Barack Obama or the next George and Amal Clooney, and that has not worked out.
What began as a royal rebellion fueled by passion has devolved into cold stares and separate schedules. Insiders claim the fairy tale ended long ago, leaving a strategic alliance held together by PR deals and brand sponsorships.
Yeah, I wish I could say that surprises me, but it seems like the privacy brigade, when they're not begging us to leave them alone, will also do anything for attention. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if she'd shopped a divorce book or a divorce reality show.
Meghan is laser-focused on her Hollywood comeback, teasing new projects and preparing to launch her lifestyle empire. Allegations have surfaced that she was shopping a post-divorce book while still married, suggesting she's already planning her next move. Meanwhile, Harry appears dishevelled and distant, grappling with the aftermath of losing his security in the UK and the legal mess that followed.
Project. It really gives a whole new meaning to professional separation. And one wonders where the Sussexes go to from here. How do you regroup after such a sensational and merciless rebuke?
The couple, once seen as a power duo, now feels more like business partners trapped in a crumbling contract. Their public appearances seem painfully staged, and whispers of heated arguments echo through their Montecito mansion. The romance is dead, and the partnership has become a business arrangement.
And so they're very much looking at separate professional lives. There's some commentary around the fact that there may be some upset in their marriage as well. But at this stage, it's just looking like they are very much following different paths. And Meghan, of course.
As Meghan navigates her next steps, insiders reveal she's strategizing her exit, possibly eyeing a tell-all memoir and exclusive interviews. The media circus surrounding them is relentless, and the public is growing colder by the day.
Meghan, of course, is involved with American Riviera Orchard, her jams and preserves and dog biscuits, and of course the cooking show that's going to accompany that.
Once viewed as rebels shaking up the monarchy, they are now seen as brand-obsessed figures clinging to royal status while playing the victims. The fallout from their explosive Oprah interview in 2021 continues to haunt them, creating a permanent fracture between the Sussexes and the Crown.
Moving back to the things that really meant a lot to him in the past. So that is following his mother's work with the Halo Trust, the Diana Awards, some of his African charities, obviously Invictus. And so they're sort of managing, instead of being a team, now they're being seen as two individuals pursuing very different careers.
The palace is reportedly in crisis mode, with senior royals scrambling to protect the monarchy's integrity from what they perceive as commercial contamination. As rumours swirl about Meghan's potential divorce plans, the stakes are high. If they split, it could lead to a brutal brand war, with both sides fighting for control over their narrative.
Twist in UK royal drama. New report makes bombshell claims. Is Prince Harry unhappy living in US? Is Duke of Sussex feeling isolated in California? Why Meghan is anxious as rumors swirl about Harry. Royal expert reveals shocking details. Being away from one's homeland can be challenging for anyone, and Prince Harry is no different. According to a royal expert, Meghan Markle may be feeling increasingly anxious amid growing speculation about Prince Harry's happiness in the United States. Although the Duke and Duchess of Sussex recently appeared joyful in a photo Meghan shared on her new-as-ever Instagram account, expert Jenny Bond suggests that Meghan is keenly aware of the swirling online discussions questioning whether Harry is genuinely content in his new life away from the UK. According to a report, Meghan is trying very hard to show the world that she has a happy marriage and that both of them are leading a happy family life. Jenny Bond told a media network that Meghan will be aware that some people, particularly in the UK, believe rumors that Harry is unhappy.
The world is watching, and the next chapter in this royal saga promises to be explosive. Will Meghan rebrand herself as the scorned Duchess turned mogul? Will Harry return to the UK, tail between his legs? Or will they both double down against the monarchy?
You know, separation at this superficial type level, I suppose, does that help the substantive credibility issues?
Well, I think it can't hurt in a way, Caro, because brand Sussex as a going concern together clearly is in its death throes.
One thing is certain, the storm brewing behind palace walls is far from over. The couple's situation has escalated to a point where it's no longer just about their marriage. It's a full-blown royal standoff.
To their strengths as well. And I think another mistake they've made is pinning their great romance and love story, the big story of redemption and freedom from the evil royal family, 2021. They've pinned that to their sort of professional footprint, which in a way has meant that they expected that everything would just flow.
The next move could either end the madness or blow it all sky high. Insiders describe Harry as a man spiralling, trapped between two worlds. A monarchy that no longer wants him, and a marriage that now feels more like a business contract than a bond of love. The pressures of royal life, combined with the relentless scrutiny of the media, have taken their toll.
Being away from one's homeland can be challenging for anyone, and Prince Harry is no different. According to a royal expert, Meghan Markle may be feeling increasingly anxious.
All the commercial deals, and of course that hasn't actually happened. It's been quite the opposite. So they have to try a different tact, and possibly going their separate ways in a professional sense is the best way to do this.
As Meghan continues to craft her narrative, she's positioning herself as the heroine of her own story, ready to turn heartbreak into headlines. The public is perched on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how this royal drama unfolds. In the end, the question remains: will Meghan and Harry find a way to navigate this tumultuous landscape together? Or will they ultimately choose to go their separate ways?
Amid growing speculation about Prince Harry's happiness in the United States. Although the Duke and Duchess of Sussex recently appeared joyful in a photo Meghan shared on her newest ever Instagram account.
The world is watching, and the next chapter may just be the most explosive yet. As the couple grapples with their future, the media frenzy surrounding them intensifies. Every move they make is scrutinised, and the public's perception shifts like quicksand. Once seen as a modern fairy tale, their story has morphed into a cautionary tale of ambition, betrayal, and the harsh realities of fame.
As you say, he founded this charity back when he was still in his late teens. That was when he'd gone there by the insistence of Mark Dyer, who was one of...
With Meghan's ambitions in Hollywood and Harry's struggles with his royal identity, the couple finds themselves at a crossroads. The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting. As they navigate this turbulent terrain, the world watches with bated breath, eager to see how this royal saga unfolds.
Do you expect him, as we discussed earlier, to really go back and focus on his strengths?
Yes, and I believe his strengths are leadership, obviously from being in the army and those tours of Afghanistan and the Invictus Games he set up.
The next chapter in their story promises to be filled with drama, intrigue, and perhaps even redemption. But one thing is clear. The magic that once defined their relationship has faded, leaving behind a complex web of emotions and ambitions.
Wrote a piece not too long ago describing her as a dictator in high heels, trying to explain why so many staff, the churn of staff and people disillusioned with working for the Sussexes was happening.
The question now is whether they can find a way to reconcile their differences, or if the divide between them will only continue to grow. As the clock ticks down to potential revelations and decisions, the world waits to see if Meghan and Harry will emerge from this storm stronger than ever, or if they will be swept away by the very forces they sought to escape. The narrative is still being written, and the outcome remains uncertain. Buckle up. The drama is just beginning.